This woman has the scariest stories on TikTok. If you're new here, hi. I usually talk about pretty scary stuff, and I stumbled across this woman's page a couple of days ago, and since then, I have not stopped thinking about this particular story. And when I tell y'all that this story scared me so bad that it has not left my mind. I'm specifically talking about this woman's video. Now, this woman was an on-call healthcare professional in the Appalachian Mountains. If that doesn't already give you chills, I don't know what will. Now, some of her clients do not have running water or electricity, so they would send time card slips by mail up to the clients, and when they would receive them is when they would have their appointment. Upon arriving at the specific client's house, who this story is about, she was met by a swarm of flies. Now, at this part in the story, I had no idea what kind of story this was going to be. I did not know if it was going to be like a body. I did not know if it was going to be like a medical thing. I did not know. She says that this particular client did not have any furniture in the home, so she was met with a damp smell and newspapers spread all over this floor. The client gestures for her to sit down, and she does, not wanting to embarrass this client, and there are just flies everywhere. And this is a detail that has not left my mind. As she's putting in the notes on her laptop, anytime she would move her hand, she would hit a fly. That is how many flies were in this home. And these flies, in particular, were trying to get into her eye. And you know where this is going. The fly got so close to her eye that she actually caught one in her eyelid. Obviously, her eye started watering, but this fly would not come out of her eye. And finally, she's able to get the body of the fly out of her eye, but she can still feel something in her eye. But she continues on. She continues taking her notes. She's asking the client questions and had been noticing that whenever she would ask this client a question who lived alone, they would respond back in plural. So, do you take medications? Yes, we take medications. We live here. Plural. And at one point, she asks this client to clarify, and they say, we live here. So after this visit is concluded, she gets in her car, she goes home. Once she gets home, she makes an appointment with her optometrist to get whatever is left out of her eye because she can feel that there's something still in there. Now, she goes to leave, flies covering the screen door. She's like, what the heck is going on? So she brushes them off, gets in her car, turns the car on, goes to the optometrist, and they are able to remove a fly's wing and a fly's leg. Gets in her car, starts the car, and flies. Buzz through the vents. And it's at this point where she's understanding what this client was meaning when they would say, we live here, we take medications, we do this. And immediately goes to her church.